Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to another video regarding MRCS exam, and this video will help you a lot to gather your knowledge towards the MRCS exam. So here the question, first of all, read the question very sincerely. Which of the following nerve is responsible for the motor innervation of the sternocleidomastoid muscle? So it is one of the direct question, and in this type of question it is very easy to carry a marks 1 marks. So here uh, we have to try to find the key points here. Which nerve is responsible for the motor innervation of the sternocleidomastoid muscle? So sternocleidomastoid muscle is a muscle of the neck area, and we have to find out which nerve is will innerve the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Here the options. The options are ansa cervicalis, accessory nerve, hypoglossal nerve, facial nerve, and vagus nerve. So they all are the nerve of the neck area. So it is very possible to get confused which nerve is will supply the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So let's see, first of all, the sternocleidomastoid muscle, then the nerve which innerve the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So here we can see in the neck, because in the head area and neck area, then thoracic part arises. So first of all, here we can see this is the sternocleidomastoid muscle, and the sternocleidomastoid muscle, it forms two boundary of the two triangle, anterior triangle and posterior triangle. In case of anterior triangle, the sternocleidomastoid form the posterior triangle, posterior boundary, and in case of posterior triangle or posterior neck triangle, sternocleidomastoid muscle, it forms the anterior boundary of the posterior triangle. And the posterior triangle is bounded posteriorly by the trapezius muscle, superior by the junction of these two muscles, that means the sternocleidomastoid muscles and trapezius, and inferiorly by the clavicle. Actually it is the middle third of the clavicle. So now we have to find out a nerve which is closely related to the sternocleidomastoid and supplies the sternocleidomastoid. And here we can see this muscle, this is the sternocleidomastoid muscle, and here this muscle, this is the trapezius muscle. So sternocleidomastoid muscle and trapezius muscle, we can see the a nerve which supplies both of the muscles. And this nerve, this is the spinal accessory nerve, which is the 11th number of the cranial nerve. So 11th number of cranial nerve, that means the spinal accessory nerve, it supplies the sternocleidomastoid and it also supplies the trapezius muscle. So next we can go another picture. Here we can see this is the spinal accessory nerve, and this spinal accessory nerve or accessory nerve, it arises both the spinal part and from the brain, and after arising it leaves the cranial cavity through this foramen, this is the jugular foramen, and after leaving we can see this is the sternocleidomastoid muscle and this is the trapezius muscle. So this accessory nerve, it supplies both the sternocleidomastoid muscles and trapezius muscle. So this is very important that the accessory nerve, that means the 11th cranial nerve, it supplies these two important big muscle in the neck area. So here another picture we can see this is the sternocleidomastoid and this is the trapezius muscle, and the spinal accessory muscle, it enters in the neck. First of all it supplies the sternocleidomastoid muscle, then it goes to the trapezius muscle and supply the trapezius muscle. And other options such as the ansa cervicalis and hypoglossal nerve, it is the solid nerve of the tongue. Facial nerve, it supplies the muscles of the facial expression, and it gives 5 terminal branches in the face area. So it is face muscle. Hypoglossal, it is tongue muscle. Vagus nerve, it goes to the viscera in the thorax and abdomen, and larynx and some parts of the tongue muscle, but it not innerve the neck area. And the ansa cervicalis, it is not supply the muscle. So our final answer is spinal accessory nerve. It supplies the sternocleidomastoid muscle and the trapezius muscle. Thank you.